Wow, it has been a while since I put these headphones on, and we are back with the MVM Show. I'm Titus, your host, and guys, it's game time. It is time to get serious with this podcast and the show and what you guys want to hear. The guests we got coming on, I got a lot of things to share with you. Got a few episodes that I'm going to be running solo because a lot of stuff to cover from the back, and I don't want to get ahead of myself because I actually have notes. Sometimes I don't, and I know I do get on a lot of rabbit trails, but I got me a double shot coffee sitting in front of me with foam on top. Let me take a sipperoo. Piping hot, and it's probably going to get cold. I'm probably not going to drink most of it because I'm going to be talking. I don't like having gaps when I'm talking, but welcome back. It's been a couple months. I always say it's never going to happen, and I get a little bit better every year, but it always ends up happening, and I got to take a break, basically. And it's not really the recording. If I could record and that's it, and do no editing, no making thumbnails for the YouTube podcast channel, no waiting for them to upload, and I didn't have to do nothing, I would probably never stop, honestly, because it's so easy. But it's what goes on behind the scenes, pulling the cards, putting them, uploading, saving it, putting it up, uploading. It's a ton. It's a long process for every episode. So yes, it does take a lot of work, and I don't mind doing it. But there just comes a time that you need a break. So let's go ahead and get into this episode. A lot of things to cover, and I was going to try to do it in two short episodes. Then I started writing it all out on my notes, and I was like, Then I started into a third episode, and I was like, great, this isn't going to work. And I don't even know, when I say short, I don't know. Maybe it won't be that short, but let's get going. I didn't even write everything down that I wanted to share with you guys, so maybe I'll just share it as we go along. But we're about to hit episode 300, and that episode I'd really like to have on, if we can plan it right, me, myself, Thomas, Travis, probably Talon or something like that. If Talon can't make it, just me, Thomas, and Travis, and just have a good episode. And how it's been, I know I've the one majority doing the talking. It's at my house. It's my setup and everything, and it's kind of the passion that I like to do. I just kind of pull other people along sometimes, whether they like it or not, I guess. But anyways, it'd be nice to have them on, and I got more to share about that. But let's go ahead and get started. First off, I'm back. We're back. The MVM Show is back. And guys, I want to make this better than ever. Like, that is truly my goal, is to make this podcast better than ever. And I 100% know I will. It will take your guys' help to do that. Not monetarily, nothing like that. Don't worry. But just sharing, listening. I do know that when I'm consistently uploading podcasts, you guys are on it asking for more, and it's kind of fizzled out because for the last 2 months I've been getting nonstop DMs, emails, messaging, Facebook, whatever, like, hey, what's going on? When are you guys going to do more episodes? So don't worry, I know we do this every year. You just burn the midnight oil, and then it's just time to take a nap. So anyways, we're back. It's going to be better than ever. Consistent uploads. For sure 2 a week, and this is how it's going to roll. So for sure 2 a week, if not 3. If it's 2 a week, it's going to be Mondays and Thursday uploads, and I do it about 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Times for those on the East Coast if they're driving to work, which even may be a little bit late for some of you on the East Coast. Some of you probably going to work at 4 or 5 in the morning, but so I want to try to hit your guys' drives. So I get them uploaded, pre-schedule them to 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then those of you that are up really early here, you already got an episode, something to listen to while you're driving to work. Or for those of you that may work office jobs or are able to wear headphones, AirPods, whatever, you can listen to those while you're at work, sitting at the desk, whatever. So anyways, we're trying to make it good for everybody. But when there's only going to be 2 a week, it's going to be on Mondays and Thursdays. When there's going to be 3 episodes a week, if you see an upload on Wednesday, that means there's going to be one on Thursday. So it'd be Friday. There'd be, for 2 a week, it's going to be Monday and Thursday. For 3 a week, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't know if I said that right the first time again. Monday and Thursday for 2, Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 3. Okay? So that's going to be the schedule. 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to jump right on it, listen. So why, Titus, why are you doing this? Why is this going to get all serious and crazy now with, as busy as you sound like you are and stuff like that? Well, there's been a huge job change. I don't know if I even mentioned it on the very last episode. I think I did, actually. I was with Harrison and John coming back from a trip, a duck hunting trip, and we had to stop. And I didn't have the job at the time yet. They offered me the position. I interviewed, offered me the position, and then I had to do all the backgrounds, the drug tests, drug screen, all that stuff. So when we were coming back from that trip, supposedly they lost my drug test and wanted me to go in again. Not surprised. I was kind of warned about that. But anyways, did another one. Passed, obviously, no problems. So there's been a big job change. I'm still in the aviation industry, so to speak. But I'm not really physically flying. Flying drones and stuff too, which is cool. But it's more of a manager position. So, I don't know. I mean, I just hit 40. January 2nd, I turned 40, which is crazy. I don't feel 40. I don't feel like I act 40 always, but I want to try to stay young, try to stay somewhat in shape. I obviously am not going to be skinny. I guess I could if I wanted to be, which I don't really have a desire to do that, but I just want to stay active, I guess. I just don't want to blow up and get a big old gut or something. But, 40, it's crazy. Can't believe it, actually. Kind of had a hard time with it for the first couple of weeks. I was like, I know it's just a number. I've always said that. But it's like, man, I'm 40. Like, I don't know. It's hard to grasp. But anyways, so with this job change, I'm basically answering why am I going to be so consistent? Why am I trying to hit this so hard? Because first off, with this new job change, obviously I had to get used to it. And that was part of the reason I wasn't uploading, is because I wasn't stressed about the new job, but I was like really pouring everything into it. When I do something, I pour everything into it, kind of lose sleep about it, thinking about it, want to be the best I can, learn as quick as I can. So that was, I put all my energy into that. So now that I feel comfortable with that job, I've got an amazing schedule. And what I'm doing is I'm treating this, the podcast, the YouTube channel, as my side job. So my plan was to work this job, and then afterwards or on the weekends, I could basically spray, crop dust and helicopter, do different things that involve flying. Well, honestly, to be honest with you, I was been praying about it. I asked for it. I even asked the company, hey, can I do this for you on the weekends? They were stoked, and they're like, yeah, absolutely. We need the help, all the help we can get. Well, after I asked that, no big deal. Then they called me like a week later asking if we could set up a scheduled 1 to 2 weekends a month to crop dust. And first off, they have a Huey, and I absolutely love flying the Huey. Like, it is by far, I've always wanted to fly that thing. I worked a whole career to get in that thing, and I love flying it. Every bit is what I thought I would. I love it. Like, maybe I was meant for Vietnam. I don't know. Like, obviously, I probably won't even be here today. But I love the Huey. Love spraying in it. It's an amazing, you can make good money in it. And they called me back and said, hey, we want to set this time and really get serious about you coming in once or twice, 1 or 2 weekends a month. When they did that, I got the sickest feeling in my stomach. I don't know what, I can't explain it. I was excited. I was like, yeah, that sounds great, blah, blah. Let me talk to my wife and think about just, sleep on it tonight, whatever. Sarah's always supportive of whatever I do. Kind of just lets me make decisions unless she has something bad feeling about it or something. Well, slept on it, and I had that sick feeling in my stomach, and I was like, what is my problem? Like, I can make good money on the side. I mean, I have a good job. I don't technically need to do it, but I was like, man, you know how it is. You need to get stuff done around the house. It's like I pool pump and sprinklers and all those things I'm thinking of. It's got to be done, and I can't really do that on just one job. I need to do some side work. Well, oh man, I just didn't feel good about it. I don't know why, because I'm the one that asked them for it. And then when they approached me, I was like tossing and turning. That was like on a Thursday, slept on a Friday. I was supposed to call her back Friday, never did. Saturday, never did. Sunday, I'm praying about it. I'm like, God, give me a sign or something. If I'm feeling the way, if it's just me feeling this way, or if it's something, there's a reason you don't want me to. I don't know. Because let's put it this way, guys. Crop dusting, I've done it for a long time, about 18 years, and it's not obviously safe at all. It's a super, super dangerous job. It's got to be in the top 3, top 5 dangerous jobs. It's just, and to boot, this company that I've flown for a bunch, they do a lot of their spraying at night. Wintertime, it's kind of the daytime, but spring, summer, fall, it's all at night. So not only do you have a dangerous job in the daytime, flying under wires, over wires, just whatever, then they put it at night. So, and the reason they do that is just because there's less people out, less field workers, all that stuff. Anyways, now we're 30 minutes before I'm going to meet up with them and tell them I'm going to do this. That's what's set in my mind, but I still don't feel good about it. And you should always trust your gut feeling anyways, but which I believe that's a tool the Lord puts in you for a reason. But anyways, I was kind of fighting it a little bit. I wanted the money. And someone calls me. I'm like, God, I guess you're not going to show me anything. I guess I'm going to do this. 30 minutes before I get a phone call. And it's somebody that don't necessarily believe in, I shouldn't say that. But someone called me and said everything that I was thinking, why I shouldn't do this. They didn't even know about what was going on. And it named everything that I was struggling with and thinking I shouldn't do this. But I want this, not. And man, I really, really close friend, and they didn't even know what was going on. And it was like, wow. I mean, God works in mysterious ways. It's crazy. Like how he shows you, and if you listen and if you pray, I kind of gave up. I thought he's not going to give me a sign. I guess I'm just going to, and not that I always try to do that. I'm not saying that's how you do things, is just ask for signs, but like I needed help in this situation. Nobody could tell me what to do. Sarah didn't really have a greatest feeling about it, but she said, whatever you think. Talked to some friends and family, and they're just like, yeah, whatever. They don't want to tell you, yes, you should, or no, you shouldn't. Well, I instantly knew. I mean, I felt the relief when that person told me that. I called them or texted them right away. I said, I'm not going to do it for these reasons. I'm sorry. I know I'm the one that approached you. And it was like a weight off my shoulders. So I know that was a long little side story, about a 3-minute story, but this is why. So this is why I'm doing this, because this is my passion. This is actually what I like to do. Not saying I love flying Hueys, but it still becomes a job, still stressful, still dangerous. This is something I enjoy. It's not stressful. It's not dangerous. Takes a little effort, and there is exchange, and can help at times financially. Not all the time. A lot of it's just free, but there's times sponsors, whatever. So anyways, I'm treating this as my side job. I'm not going to be spraying no more. I'm not going to do none of that. I might fly for the sheriff's department in a Huey, which is not dangerous at all, but I might be doing that. But other than that, this is my side job. So all the energy I was going to use on Fridays or Saturdays or even Sunday afternoons, whatever, after church, whatever, or off days, holidays, whatever, I'm pouring it into this, guys. So I wanted to give you that background to know why Ty's getting so serious about this, and really it shouldn't change much ever throughout the year. I'm pouring all my energy into this. I'm treating this as my side job. Pouring all my energy outside of my full-time job into YouTube, to the podcast, and to photography, which is going on several websites that I've never really talked about. It's been in several magazines I don't really talk about. Sometimes I do. And not really that's monetarily, but it could be, and it has been a few times, but that's not the sole purpose of it. It's just I really, really enjoy waterfowl photography. I love it, and video. So pouring my energy into that, just basically into the outdoor industry and building up my relationships more than they ever have been. I have a lot of good ones, but again, it's going to be 2 to 3 episodes a week, not to mention the photography and all the other things I do, and the YouTube videos that are going to be rolling again. So that's the why I'm getting legit and getting consistent with the podcast. We're going to be having more guests. I want this podcast to blow up, guys, and it's going to take your help by sharing it and telling other people about it. I feel like I've had some pretty amazing guests for what maybe people would think, oh, like it's just Titus and just that podcast. No, I have guests, and I honestly, there's a lot more I could have. I just don't feel like dealing with reaching out and scheduling, but I'm going to do that now because I can. And I have a set schedule at work. It's not so over the place and nights and days and this overtime, that overtime. No, I'm on a set deal, and that means consistently having new guests. And I want this podcast to blow up. I really do. I want it to be high up on the charts. Also, for you guys' knowledge, and we're actually moving pretty good when you have notes to keep you on track. Travis, I'm going to be getting Travis back on quite a bit. I'm going to be getting my dad, Larry Headings, back on as much as he can, depending on his schedule. Talked to Sarah this morning, my wife. We're going to get her back on. I know that's some entertaining episodes. Let me take a drink of coffee here. Son, that's stout. Oh, double shot. I'll put air in your chest. Also, so I said, Sarah, my wife, will get her back on and talk. There's stuff that I've been taking notes like crazy for so many things. Michael Catano, my brother-in-law, he was the one. If you follow on Instagram, Facebook, I'd like to have him back on and talk about how he just basically got demolished on Instagram. I did a collab with Heavy Shot, it's page, and he's not even on it, so it doesn't matter. And I don't even know if he ever went and looked, but it won't even bother him. Michael's so easygoing, likes to have a good time, likes to laugh and joke. He just kind of made a joke about it. It's like he knows he's new, and it was so ridiculous. And we'll talk about that in that episode. And I don't have a pen because I need to make notes. Actually, I'll just put it in my phone. But it was so ridiculous that it was actually laughable. I couldn't even believe that people were saying the things that they were saying in that video when Michael basically was talking about the ammo, talking about Heavy Shot. And they were basically roasting him because he was in Sitka and because he was shooting heavy bismuth. And they treated him like he was saying heavy bismuth is the reason why I got this limit of birds. And it's like, that's not even what he was saying. But that just shows how stupid people are and how big of trolls they are on social media. Let me grab a pen real quick. Hold on. All right. So anyways, so I'm going to write that down. So for notes. Okay. Yep, he'll be back on. Now, here's another one I think you guys are going to love. That's going to be pretty consistent, actually. And I hope you guys don't get burnt out of him. I know I won't. I don't think you guys will because you've been asking for him back. But Jimmy Muller, and it's not Muller, it's Muller because it's Muller. I asked him that because I've seen Muller, it's Mueller, and I think that's actually where it originated, he said, but they took the E out. There's a little backstory behind that. Maybe we could ask him. But he's going to be on here consistently. So I hope that's good news to you guys. I hope you're giving a little golf clap right now. But he's going to be on a lot. He has so many great ideas for episodes. I have so many ideas. I want to answer a lot of your guys' questions. I got to filter through all the YouTube videos and the comments and the emails and just stuff that you guys have sent me, that listen. I've got to really screenshot those and put together a list of basically frequently asked questions. You ask, we answer, and just doing a whole episode on that because, I mean, that's what you guys want to know, and I want to answer your guys' questions, and I think they were good questions from guests. I'm making notes. Sorry. Okay. That being said, so Jimmy Muller being on the podcast with Muller Chokes, he's going to be on the podcast consistently. I'm not saying he's a co-host, but I'll bet you he might be on 3 to 5 episodes a month for the foreseeable future. I don't know how long, but that being said, there's a reason. Part of the reason. We are now partnered with Muller Chokes. So super stoked about that. I haven't even told you guys. If you on Instagram, you've probably seen it in the stories. But now We are partnered with Jamie Muller. We've talked about it on and off. We kept going back and forth, trying to decide how we want to do it. And it was like, man, I want you on here a lot. I know these chokes. I can't even imagine how many sold from those episodes we did. And it's not, the funny thing is really like the first 3 episodes with him was nothing about his chokes, really. Not really trying to sell his chokes at all. And I'm not going to try to do that now. The proof is in the pudding, guys. I shot it for a whole season. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to be running Muller Chokes on everything. So my 20 gauge, which already is my 12 gauge, and my 28 gauge, that's going to have Muller Chokes, and it's not going to change. I'm not trying to go around. I've tested so many. I've tried so many. I'm not saying they're bad. Like, I really like Pattern Master Code Black Duck. That's been a great choke. I've liked it. But I've seen some things with Muller Chokes I've never seen, and it wasn't just Jimmy talking about it and saying, oh, this is what this does. I put it to the test. And not only that, shooting the birds in the water, like what it does if there's a cripple, shooting it like that, it's unbelievable what it looks like on the water. And it's such a drastic difference between what I see so many people, if they have videos on YouTube or videos on Instagram or Facebook, when they shoot birds on water and how it looks like every little individual BB's going all over the place, everywhere but the duck. But this choke is stupid, guys. It's dumb. And I did the pattern test video with my 20 gauge, my Franke Fenny Elite 3. But there's some more testing I'm going to do. I guess I'm not going to say it right now. I really don't want to, just because I want it to kind of be something you haven't seen or thought of, or no one else has maybe done really on YouTube. And it comes from his idea. Actually, I've thought about it before, but he really pushed it, like, you need to do this. No one's done this. No one's doing this. He goes, I've done it, but no one is doing it on YouTube. So I'm really going to do it. It's going to cost some money for me to put into it, but I think it will pay off in the long run. So that being said, you guys know I do not support, condone, or push something that I don't absolutely believe in. There has been past partners I've had. I still believe in them. I still think they're good. Maybe I'm not partnered with them in the current because they've moved on or I've moved on, but I would still push these other companies that I've pushed. If I've ever pushed it, I still would. There's nothing, I wouldn't even do it in the first place. And I'm fortunate it's been that way, because you could partner with somebody and say, oh, these guys are a joke. I wish I would have never did this. I can't think of anybody right now that I've done that with that I've regretted. Oh, well, yeah. Actually, I can't think of one. It's been so long, though, I forgot about it. But I'm not going to mention their name. That was a long, long time ago. And they're still around, believe it or not, surprisingly. I don't really see anybody talking about them or anything wearing their stuff. But that's the only thing that could have been good, but bad leadership, bad ownership there. So anyways, other than that, look, I've been very fortunate. Everybody I've worked with, even if I don't currently work with them, I would still. But anyways, my whole point is, guys, is I feel like I built trust up with you guys. I hope I have. I think I have. I'm pretty sure I have, because I tell it like it is. And that being said, I do have some things coming up that I want to talk about with some people I work with right now. It's not putting them down or anything. It's just being honest and upfront with you guys, telling you the truth. And I'm not worried about the repercussions, because if it's someone good, there's not going to be any. And the truth is always right no matter what. But I'm just saying, some people hide things from the general public that have partnerships. They hide it from them because they don't want to lose that partnership. But I'm not here just about the money. I'm not here about that. I'm about relationships. And anybody that I've been with for a long time, that's what it's about, is relationship. And if a company's really good, they're not worried about if there's a problem with their product. They appreciate the feedback and they fix it. So anyways, I'll just prove to you guys that I'm like that, if I haven't already. If you're, maybe more so if you're new. If you've been listening for a long time, you guys know I am. So I had some people call me out a couple months ago about some stuff with working with people, and I think I'm going to address that too, actually, because I think I need to, just because it's just for you guys. But anyways, I'll do that in a later one. Actually, let me write that down so I don't forget to do that. Let me see. We're actually getting close to the end of this episode. Amazing what notes do. It keeps you on track pretty good. So anyways, that being said, here's the key part of this whole episode I feel like that I want to share with you guys. That being said, that we're partnered with them, there is a link. Whether you're on YouTube, you can go in the description or the description of this podcast episode, whether it's on Spotify or whatever. I'll have a link in there. Click on that link. That link just shows that the traffic is coming from, so it takes you right to Muller Chokes page, and it shows you that the traffic is coming from me. Okay? Whether it's from the YouTube channel, whether it's from the podcast, it shows those guys at Muller Chokes that the traffic is coming from the MVM show, coming from Mid-Valley Mercenaries. So he sees that. So that link is just a quick access to show where the traffic's come from. It takes you right to their homepage, and then you can see all their chokes. Now, if you guys been looking at getting a choke or want a choke, let me tell you right now, Jimmy Muller is offering a 10% discount to listeners, and as far as I know, there is actually no discounts on Muller Chokes out there. So 10%, you put in the code MVM2024. MVM 2024 at discount or at checkout, you'll get 10% off. And you know, their chokes are not cheap, but there's a reason it's high quality, guys. There's nothing like it. I haven't seen anything on the market like it. So anyways, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not trying to force anybody. I'm not going to become someone, like I told you, that is just going to go on and on and on and push and push and push and push. But I do know there's a ton of you out there that have already bought them. Sorry you missed that discount. We didn't even have that at the time. I know there's a ton of you out there that probably want to get some or plan on it, maybe for turkey season. And that's some of the episodes that we're going to have coming up with Jimmy Muller is turkey hunting and the chokes and how patterning and all that stuff for that specifically. That will be up here within the next week or two at most. But yeah, put that code in MVM 2024 and you get that 10% off. And that's a pretty good discount. So check that out with the price of those chokes. It'll be in the description. So click on the link, go there, go to their homepage. You see a choke you want, or you've already been debating on it. You've just been waiting, whatever. Now you have a discount code. And I don't believe anybody out there has a discount code. Anybody. So that's cool. And I'm thankful to be able to offer that to you guys. I really am. Because I know a lot of you still want to buy it. And some of you have messaged me and say, I'm getting this choke. Which one should I get? And I was like, wait. Don't get it. Just use this code. You'll save some money. So hopefully that gets out there to you guys. So again, he's going to be on the podcast more, a lot. So be ready for that. We're going to talk about so many things. And it's not just going to be patterning or ammo or chokes. It's just going to be about duck hunting. He has tons and tons and tons of experience. And what I'm excited about is he has extended an offer to go out there on the East Coast with them this year, and he's got boats and places and beautiful property and just all kinds of things. So I'd really like for me and Thomas to go out there. I'd really, even if Travis can, maybe me, Thomas, Travis can go out there. I think that would be pretty amazing and shoot some ducks we've never shot and get the East Coast experience that we've never got. He just seems like a great host, and he's so knowledgeable. I just find that intriguing when I'm with people. So lastly, and I'll wrap this episode up, there are a ton of videos coming, guys. Be ready for pattern videos, trying different ammos, which is going to be a heavy shot. I might use, I'll probably use some heavy shot steel, heavy steel, heavy hammer, heavy bismuth, heavy metal extreme, maybe some heavy 12. There's a lot coming, guys. With all of our guns, with the chokes, to see what we're talking about, and some new stuff outside of pattern testing that you've probably never seen before. I don't think hardly anybody's done this, and I'm really excited to show you guys the difference. And I guess I'll just say a big thank you to my mind's going blank. My word. I can see his face. Joel Strickland from Surviving Duck Season, good friend of mine. Actually, I would like to have him back on, see how things are going at his neck of the woods. But I do want to say a big thank you to my friend Joel Strickland for putting out the videos he did, because I was watching him. It was one night I was just laying in bed several months ago watching him, and he wasn't really trying to say Muller Chokes are the best thing and the only thing. He was just showing the proof in the pudding, and it did. He literally showed it. And I was like, I need to get one of those. And then I got one, talked to Jamie Muller, and then we became friends, and it's just the process has evolved. And I just kind of all stemmed from Joel Strickland and his channel, Surviving Duck Season, and all the amazing videos he's done. Mine don't even hold a candle to his, but anyways, did a great job there. So I'm so glad he turned me on to those without even trying to, just something I seen. And man, it's up the game with my shooting. My percentages were better ever this year, even if they were maybe only 4 or 5% more accuracy better than last year. That's a lot, guys. And like I was telling Thomas the other day, I said, look, if you can kill one more duck out of every 20 shots, wouldn't you take that, right, from not missing? And of course he would say yes, and we all would. It's if you can just increase a little bit more, why would you not do it? So anyways, I'm super excited and happy to have that partnership with them and having him on and bringing those videos to you with multiple guns of mine. Thomas and Harrison, we all kind of have something a little bit different or whatever. So I'm curious to see what those are going to look like. I don't know if my buddy's listening now with the pattern papers, but I might see if he can hook me up more. I need to get a bunch more of those because we got a lot coming your way, guys. I hope you enjoy, and I'm super stoked to be back on track and be rolling out the episodes for you guys. Hope you guys are excited as I am. Move this thing up on the charts to be in the top 10 in the outdoor podcast. I know it's totally doable. 100% is. Anything is possible. So let's keep it rolling, guys, and thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next one.